Welcome to this video series focused on learning Microsoft Azure. This series is designed to get you up and running with Microsoft Azure quickly. If you prefer written documentation, the article for this topic can be found on my blog, which will be linked in the video description. This is part 8, and we're going to be looking at queues within an Azure storage account. So to start, I'm logged into my Azure storage account, and under data storage on the left, I'm going to go to queues. This will show a list of all the queues within the storage account. I currently don't have any. So to create a new queue, we can just press new queue and give our queue a name. The name can only contain lowercase letters and numbers, so I'm going to call mine demo q1 and then press OK. To enter the queue, all you have to do is click it, and this will take you to the main queue page where you can see all of the messages within the queue. I currently don't have any, so to add a message, we can press add new message, and here just enter the text that we want the message to contain. So I will just call this message 1. And then we've got a couple of options for how long we want the message to stay. We can get the message to auto expire by setting the time we want the message to expire in. By default, that's 7 days. That's the maximum you can set without ticking message never expires, or you can drop that all the way down to 1 second, but I'm just going to leave it as 7 days for the time being. A message can only be 64 kilobytes in size unless you tick encode the message body in base 64, when the size limit will drop from 64 kilobytes to 48 kilobytes in size. So just bear that in mind when you're sizing the data that you're containing within the message. So I'm going to press OK to add the message, and we can see we've got message 1. I'm just going to add a couple more messages. So now we've got 3 messages. Now the way queues generally work is that they are first in, first out. However, that is not 100% guaranteed. So when I've added these messages, the newest message goes underneath any existing messages that are already in the queue. And when you request a message to be opened or deleted, it will take the top message from the queue. So if I dequeue a message, it will try and attempt to take the very first message. And then if I continue, it just worked from the top down. The limits on queues, you can have 500 terabytes of storage within a single queue. So that's essentially unlimited messages. However, you can only receive a maximum of 2,000 messages per second into a single queue. However, you can sort of bypass this because an entire storage account can receive 20,000 messages per second. So if you wanted, you could create 10 queues, each receiving 2,000 messages per second to max out the storage account limit of 20,000 messages. So how do you actually connect to a queue from your application? So if we come down to access keys, we can take our connection string for our storage account. I'll just copy that. And then I'm just going to go into my Microsoft Azure Storage Explorer and connect to the resource. Use connection string, enter that, and then press connect. And this will take us to our storage account, whereas I can just expand queues and see our demo Q1. If I take this over to the side and then bring up a PowerShell script that I've got, which will use that exact same storage account connection string to connect to the storage account and then connect to the demo Q1, I can use this to insert messages to the queue. So if I run this, it will just loop through 5 times and create 5 messages in the queue. So that's added 5 messages. So if I just refresh this, we should see 5 messages in the queue, which we can. Now for this demo, I'm just using PowerShell to access the queue. However, you can use many other software languages. So if you just search in Google, Azure storage account queue SDK, get started with Azure storage accounts, and then if you search your language, if I just search for PowerShell, it will tell me exactly how to connect to an Azure storage account using PowerShell. So if you just search for your language, you'll find essentially a step-by-step guide on how to get it up and running. So I'm just using PowerShell for this demo. So now we've got all 5 messages in the queue. I can run a second script, which will then open a message. So all this does is sends a request to the queue and asks for the oldest message. So if I run this, it's returned the message. This is message 1, and we can see it's returned the ID, which is A15F5, which we can match up with our first message in the queue. Now you'll notice we've also got a pop receipt. This is what you need to return when you want to close a message after it's been actioned. So if I refresh now, we can see that message 1 has gone from the queue. However, at the bottom, it still says showing 4 of 5 messages in the queue. The reason it's saying there's still 5 messages in the queue is all this script has done is just retrieved the message and then pasted out the result. So we've requested the message, and Azure has put a lock on the message for a default of 30 seconds. So if I refresh after 30 seconds, that has now been returned to the queue because we haven't acknowledged that we want the message to be deleted. Now we can see here it's got a DQ count of 1 now, which that means the message has been requested, however it hasn't been requested to be deleted. So if I change my script now, and after it returns the result to the screen, it will then delete the message and send that pop receipt with it to confirm the message that we want deleted. So when I run this, it's now rerun, it's pulled message 2, because that is now the top message in the queue. It's then told it to delete the message. So if I refresh, message 2 is now gone, and it's now showing 4 of 4 messages in the queue. The reason it didn't delete message 1 is because as that message was opened, it then got returned to the queue, but at the bottom of the queue. So essentially it had been taken out of the queue and then put back in, and whenever anything gets put into the queue, it always gets put in at the bottom. So I can just keep doing this, running this script, and it will take the next message, message 3, and it will delete it. Do the next one, message 4, and it's deleted it. I can then just clear the queue, and then everything's gone. Now for these demos, I've just been using a standard plain text message. However, you can add more detail into the message. So for instance, if I take this JSON, you can actually paste JSON into messages. So you can have, it's not just a simple one-liner, you can actually store a lot of information in these messages. So if I just request that message now through PowerShell, it's pulled back all of that text, which my application could easily parse and then do whatever I want with it. And then it will just delete it from the queue once it's done. So in this demo, it was just a very basic PowerShell script, but you can think of it, each one of these scripts is essentially its own application or microservice. So if you think of it as this being application 1, all this is doing is getting data from somewhere and then inserting a message into the queue. And then you can think of the delete message as application 2, whereas this is the secondary application, which is reading from an existing queue. It then takes the message, it does something. In this case, all it does is print it to the screen, but it could be inserted into a database, doing whatever, and then it just deletes it when it's done. So that really is the basics for using an Azure Storage Account Queue. It's extremely simple, and there isn't really a right lot to it.